This episode is brought to you by FairDesk, a crypto derivatives trading platform founded by 6 former Binance execs and 3 former Morgan Stanley architects. FairDesk is a company focused on building a platform that enables traders to profit from both rising and falling markets. Sign up today and CB will credit you up to $600 in trading funds. For more information, visit fairdesk.com, link in the description below.
Satoshis, this my 2 Satoshis. Who need 2 cents when they can get double from stacking Toshis? Yeah, this my 2 Satoshis. This my 2 Satoshis. Tune in and get the latest and greatest from stacking Toshis. This my 2 Satoshis. This my 2 Satoshis. Who need 2 cents when they can get double from stacking Toshis? Yeah, this my 2 Satoshis. This my 2 Satoshis. Tune in and get the latest and greatest from stacking Toshis. Yeah, that's where you need to get the real news at. Stop messing with them lames out there. CBTV. Me out of here. Pop!
Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks! We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to another episode of My 2 Satoshis. Maybe it's My 4 Satoshis because we got a special guest today.
Or our 2 Satoshis.
Or our 2 Satoshis. That's true. That's true. We can do it that way too, Rice.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Rice. What's going on, bro? How are you?
What's going on, my friend? It's always a pleasure to do a live stream with you, and it's always a pleasure to have everybody in the house. I appreciate everybody for taking the time to tune in for today's live stream because, man, it is crunch time for this Bitcoin ETF, in my opinion. Everybody else's opinion. I mean, we're looking at a January 10th for the final deadline for ARK Invest. So everybody's speculating we're going to get an approval. And we still technically have time today. Otherwise, we would have put 2 days left. But the SEC is not necessarily determined that they don't have to make. They can make an announcement after 5 p.m. Eastern time. Is what I'm getting.
They
at.
can,
So,
but typically, what I've seen with these ETFs, Rice, is that they do it on Fridays, right?
well, they can't do that with this one. It has to be approved or denied by the 10th.
No, what I'm saying is, I believe the prior ETF approvals have been on Fridays, if I'm not mistaken. Someone help us out in the chat room and let us know.
You talking about like the spot, or I mean the futures?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not sure when that took place, to be honest with you.
Let's do a real quick roll call. Griff in the building. He's back. My guy. We got A1 from your side. Jason Lins from my side. A-Dub in the building. He's back. Mr. Sakila. Heir to the Ron. Johnny B. Crypto, Mr. Sakila, I said that already. Wisdom Bar said he's going to be smoking on a Crypto Blood pack soon. I don't know, brother. You know Crypto Diamonds.
You gonna start selling cigars?
Nah, man. I know what he's talking about. I got a good hit rate, man. Come on now. Crypto Billy in the house from your side. Shout out to him.
For seeing the Crypto Billy. He's got tomorrow night at 9 p.m. He does something on Twitter, X Space.
Oh, really?
X Spaces called Billy Goat Tales. He always has like a different topic that he's talking about. He's supportive of the entire industry as far as I'm concerned, and I've been participating in that. What he's ultimately planning on doing is taking all the audio recordings, have them transcribed and put into an NFT, ultimately for every chapter. To put together a book. I'm not 100% the number of chapters. Me and him are going to be getting together for dinner Thursday, and nice. I'm going to talk with him about potentially scheduling an interview and talking with him. So this is the first time he's hearing this, but bringing him on the channel and trying to figure out, how we can bring more attention to the Billy Goat Tales every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Billy, you gotta at me, man. I didn't know about this. Mr. X is also in the building from your side. Thanks for tuning in, my friend. Hey, I'm excited, bro. Either way, it's exciting. It's been a boring kind of, other than this anticipation for a spot Bitcoin ETF, it's been pretty boring in crypto, hasn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, you got to think about it. We've had holidays. The way that the holidays fell this year on, being on Mondays, kind of threw off the week. So I kind of look at like the second part of December, or even for some people just taking off, and people are just now kind of getting acclimated back into things. So you don't generally see a lot of things happening at the very, very beginning of the year, especially when it comes to finances.
Yeah. I have Rice's. Let's get the business end of things out the way, Rice. I have Rice's crypto, or I should say Twitter profile in the description of this video. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's down there
so
somewhere.
Please go follow him. And I think he has my info in his video. So guys, if you're watching over there, come follow Crypto Blood.
That's how we roll.
That's how we roll.
You must be subscribed to both of our channels if you watch us together. So we would greatly appreciate it.
Most likely, yeah.
So I'm streaming on Rumble and YouTube. Where are you streaming?
I'm streaming on Rumble, YouTube, and Twitter.
Yeah,
yes, indeed. I'm getting a lot of views on Twitter lately.
Shane? Crypto's Shane. I don't know if you highlighted that comment or not. I just didn't hear you say that.
What did he say?
Just shouting him out. He's in the chat.
I didn't see it. I don't know why.
Crypto's Shane.
Oh, Crypto's Shane. There you go.
Yeah, he's got a very what's the word? Polka dot focused channel.
Yes. He tried to get me into the polka dot arena on some promotional things. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Juan de la Cruz in the building. So look, guys, we got two. I guess you can say 3, Rice. It's really at this point 2.
No, we still have the we still have the rest of today. It's only 4:16. It's almost 4:20. People might know what I'm talking about, but it's almost 4:20. It's always a good time to highlight that.
But 4 o'clock is the end of trading on Wall Street.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, okay. So let's say once they approve, when they approve the Bitcoin Spot ETF,
they will approve it.
That doesn't mean that they're just immediately available.
Well, I got some tweets we're going to look at today, Rice. One from a person I respect. You've had him on after I interviewed him. We'll take a look at his tweets. We're going to take a look at Van Eck, some information about their developers. So they're looking to pretty much, I would call them, pay the developers off. I want to start with that one. And then we'll look at the fee schedule that all the companies have been disclosing in regards to this ETF financial asset that's going to be rolling out soon.
People need to make sure they take an opportunity to smash that like button for sure, because we need to wake up the algorithm, bring people to the real crypto news, the real crypto news, the honest news with integrity.
Smash that like. I want to get 100 likes today, ladies and gents. Let's go. We got My Crypto UK in the building. Thanks for tuning in, my friend, a YouTube premium member. Rage Against Machine in the house. So look, let's start off with somewhat it's related to the EFT
ETF
stuff, Rice. The ETF, I'm sorry.
We're calling it ETs. We got ETs and ETFs. ETs in Miami and ETFs on Wall Street.
I heard about that. I went deeper with that, Rice.
And C19 in the water, man. We got all
I don't think that situation in Miami was anything really.
I don't really either. But there's a lot of police officers going out for a bunch of teenagers causing mischief.
Correct.
I think if I remember correctly, it was like 30 or 60. I can't remember the specific number, but either way, that's a lot of fucking cops.
It is. But hey,
maybe them 420 cleanup.
Maybe them Zoes down there in Miami. Shout out to the Zoes down there in Miami. Sabate. Sabate. All right, so look, I want to look at this one though, Rice, out of crypto.news that you sent over, because this is more evidence, Rice, that this shit is over for Bitcoin as far as it being what we thought it was going to be.
I couldn't find the graph to make it handy enough, but there's other entities prior to Van Eck announcing this that have been supporting Bitcoin Core. I thought that Blockstream was probably one of the highest, but they're not. They're kind of middle on the list. But there's a lot of entities that are helping to fund Core, whether it's just out of the kindness of their hearts or there's something that comes along with that. I was kind of got distracted by Crypto Exchange saying, ask Blood if he's holding on to his crypto or moving to stables, because I recall he was concerned about a delay during ATB recently.
Yes, cryptos. I did move to cash on Thursday evening, so we'll look into all that. I'll play through everything at this point.
So with this, Van Eck is saying that they are, I think if I remember correctly, because I haven't looked at the article since I sent it to you, but it was like donating 5% of their profits from the ETF going to Bitcoin Core. Now, what we may see is more entities in addition to Van Eck, and some of them might be committing to more than 5%. But then if you just think about 5% from 5 or 10 of these kind of entities, that is a lot of money.
That's Wall Street buying
a lot of dirty
Bitcoin.
Fiat. Yeah. And it's,
I'm being figuratively
some of
buying
these core
Bitcoin in a
developers
different
definitely
way.
seem to be for sale. I'm trying to confirm whether or not I'm going to be doing that interview with the Mirtaki Wednesday, or this Wednesday or next Wednesday. So it's one or the other, and I'll have it out soon. But I plan on talking with him very, very heavily about Bitcoin Core, because he was involved with Bitcoin development before Core really got to take over. And I'd like to kind of get his perspective if Core helped to push him out, all these different perspectives, because I mean, we talked about the ordinals and the idea that Luke Dash Jr. wants to add a spam filter and censor the JPEGs on Bitcoin, as they call them, which isn't a good thing. And then you look at who Luke Dash Jr. is, and we know that he's a co-founder of Blockstream, and he is the guy who's in charge of the Bitcoin improvement proposal. So no proposal even gets introduced that he doesn't gatekeep. So to me, it's already been bought and paid for. Now it's just getting proper funding.
Now they're just getting blatant with it, Rice.
It's like VC money coming in now.
No, more so Wall Street, in my opinion. So if you look at this, like, this is going to be the blueprint, in my opinion. You have Van Eck. You're going to get the BlackRocks. I mean, BlackRock is already kind of through proxy supporting, right, the core team.
Well, I don't know about Core directly through proxy. I mean, I know they've been investing in like mining operations. I don't know what BlackRock's position is in with like Lightning Network. I don't know. I really don't. Something that go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just showing the list. Let me get ourselves out the way.
But you know something? I didn't notice this before. That it said reissued there, or refiling. Is this yours or mine? This is mine.
This is yours.
Okay, I don't know. Was this there before?
I don't know.
Yeah, for some reason I don't remember, because I thought the refiling was after they started, or maybe it was, but they were talking about changing things to in-kind or cash. We talked about that. So that's what the refiling, I believe, is.
That's what that was. Yeah.
And then the refile conversion would be converting a trust to an ETF when it comes to the grayscale end.
So you're going to see, in my opinion, Rice, you're going to see the grayscales, the iShares, the Bitwise. Van Eck is already doing it. Wisdom Tree. You're going to see all these guys play out the same blueprint, playbook as Van Eck. They're going to take some of their profits and donate
if they want to show face. Yeah, they want to show face, but it looked like they're doing something good when really it's probably like what we think. It's gonna come at a cost.
Influence, yes, of course.
It's not going to be just
all
free
money. Isn't
like,
good money.
Here's some money and just do what you want with it. No, it's going to be. There's going to be some direction given to the core developers on how they can make Bitcoin better for the financial TradFi.
Or suggestions, soft nudges,
Right.
And who's not going to listen to someone who's giving them millions of dollars a year? I mean, at least have some bias towards what they.
Yeah, because I mean, that's the thing that people don't understand is Bitcoin Core itself. Like, as a Bitcoin developer, you're not necessarily like, there's not a Bitcoin CEO or an office to pay developers to incentivize them. So there are entities that are, but again, if let's say Blockstream, for example, if they're helping to fund the core developers, and it's profitable for Blockstream to have a second layer solution with Liquid, then they could essentially, as they're paying these core developers, say, we need you to keep Bitcoin limited and throttled on purpose so that we can profit off of this model. And the Bitcoin core developers don't necessarily get paid. So, everybody, it seems like a lot of people have a price. I think we've seen Pretty Woman. What was that movie where some guy offered some dude's wife $1 million to have sex with his wife? You remember that? Years ago.
Is that Ben Armstrong?
But I'm just getting at it. It seems like a lot of people, that don't have integrity and morals have a price. So I can see a lot of core developers. They have in fact, they have already sold out, or we wouldn't have seen the Bitcoin core. Right. We wouldn't have seen Bitcoin Cash creation and hard fork take place in 2017. There wouldn't have been a civil war amongst Bitcoin developers if that was the case. Right. So it's already there. It's just, in a sense, it's becoming more blatant.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And then the banks are like, well, we've got more stake in this. Because I've heard people say that one of the ETFs will have probably, like BlackRock specifically, will probably end up having more in its acquisition and holdings than the GDP of El Salvador, making El Salvador's approval of Bitcoin being legal tendered look basically like it wasn't anything successful.
Yeah, shout out to John Hill. I mean, I agree with you, brother. Wall Street takeover almost complete. Yep, I would say so, right?
Almost, because they're trying to get rid of self-custody.
Yeah,
what does the ETF offer? The same
Alex A81SG says they're going to change the code to increase the max supply.
That's one thing I don't necessarily agree with. I don't agree that they will change it, because there's a reason Bitcoin is the scarcest asset in the world. So I think that BlackRock understands that. Now, will BlackRock try to or these entities try to persuade Core to figure out a way to unlock coins that are locked, that are lost?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you have, let's say you have 5 million coins, Bitcoin they know for a fact that these are not able to be retrieved in any capacity, some sort of fix to make that amount of coins become available.
Is that our guy, Maddie?
Matisse Yahoo, yeah, that's him. Marty Greenspan,
the legendary.
From quantitative,
what's up, brother?
From quantitative easing, quantum economics, QE.
You already doing quantitative easing, Maddie?
I'm glad you're still alive over there in Israel, my friend.
Yeah, man, it's crazy what's going on. Oh yeah, I forgot he lives over there, man. Be safe over there, Greenspan. Be safe, bro.
Thank you, Marty. We appreciate you, my friend. We appreciate all you do in the space.
Is Marty, you gonna be in where's Litecoin conference this year? It's in
I don't even
Nashville.
know. I'm not no, Bitcoin's in Nashville, but consensus I think is end of April, if I'm not mistaken, and then June or July is Bitcoin in Nashville. I think it's the end of July.
No, I'm talking about Litecoin. Maddie, I call him Maddie. I know you say
yeah,
Maddie.
But I don't.
Maddie
they didn't do one last year, so I don't know.
They're doing one this year.
Are you sure?
Round of applause for that. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. You told me something new.
Yeah.
Where are they doing it?
I can't remember. Beefed up in the house. Thanks for tuning in, my friend. So look. It's going down, guys. It's going down. The
Nashville?
Operation Takeover. I think it is Nashville. Yeah.
No, it is. And let's see the dates. I guarantee it's the end of July.
The operation has started, has commenced, as my guy John Hill said. It is definitely being taken over by Wall Street in many ways and in various forms. And this is yet another vector they're using, guys. They will continue to use to influence the core developers by paying them. Essentially, I'm just donating to the cause. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Nashville, the city of music. I saw blood in the Netflix documentary called Bitcoin.
Man, I'm not seeing a
like
date.
That.
Somebody needs to tell me like a date if they know when the date is. And yeah, Marty, let us know if you're going to be there. Probably going to. I'm assuming it's going to be around the same time as a Bitcoin conference. If it's going to be in Nashville,
yeah,
that just makes sense. But
I was in the Netflix documentary. Another one. Bitcoin.
Another blood production.
We didn't have a chance to talk about that. Maybe we'll save our opinions about that towards the end.
I thought about interviewing you about it, but I'm gonna see if since homie canceled on you, I'll see if I can slide in his DMs and get him to accept. And then we could do something. I don't want to have him come on either one of our channels and see us talk some truth about what we think about Because not everybody loves Raymond.
No. Only his mama. You know what I'm saying?
Don't talk bad about my boy.
At this point, that looks like the only person.
Coin Vigilante's in the house. Good seeing you.
Hey!
Remember the watches?
Yeah. Thanks
That's
for tuning in, man.
Vigilante.
So look, guys, today, 3 days left. Markets have rallied. We're going to talk about why we think each of us will give our 2 Satoshis on that. But next, I want to bring up an article from Reuters.
2.25 days left.
2.25 days. Companies disclose expected fees for spot Bitcoin ETFs ahead of decision by the SEC. So here's a breakdown, Rice. You sent this over to me. Let's talk about this. What do you see here?
What sticks out to you the most?
I don't nothing. I mean, the highlighted BlackRock is in bold. I don't know why.
Look at Grayscale.
Grayscale 1.5. Wow.
Look at everybody else.
Wow.
What is Grayscale doing?
What are they doing?
They're about to be acquired. Watch.
That's what you get out of that?
Yeah, that's why they don't have a competitive fee, because this way, or they can just change the fee right beforehand. But if they do it this way and it's getting acquired, they're just trying to get as much as they can while they can, basically. But being that they have as much Bitcoin as they have, really wouldn't surprise me if BlackRock is already in talk with acquisition of Grayscale, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust.
Shout out to Crypto Canvas for this one. Bitcoin is meant to keep the normies out of crypto. I know the director of that movie, and I've talked to him off record, and he didn't really know much about it. He was just, I don't even know how he came across the movie.
I don't know how he got that narcissistic guy to talk like he did.
Crazy, bro.
That guy, I mean, it's like I think that director could probably be a really good detective or cop, like when he's trying to get people to confess their crimes.
I'm gonna say this for the first time ever. I had that I coordinated a call with that director, myself, and Reggie Middleton a year ago.
Repeat that?
Yeah.
No, repeat that.
The director of Bitcoin. We had a call, me, him, and Reggie Middleton.
And
I was trying to, get something going with Reggie. So
I don't know if anything came out of it, but being how they cut a bunch of black people out, because I heard
there
was 10 other black people aside from you, and then you were supposed to be like half of the fucking thing. So it's like, I'm not sure they're gonna have like a black star,
bro. Actually, they've done a decent number of documentaries with black people in it. Actually, that's so crazy you say that. I don't know, but we'll see what comes.
I'd like to see what people think though about my thoughts here about the idea of BlackRock or another entity acquiring and taking over Grayscale and acquiring the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust based off of the fee. But again, these aren't fixed, so they can be changed. It just why would you do that?
Yeah,
it doesn't make a lot of sense.
So yet again, guys, this is the additional unnecessary layer of, it's called rent seeking, Rice, that we're seeing.
This is where the third parties make their money, is off these fees.
And it's no point. This is
right
not
when
like
you can
gold.
just buy Bitcoin directly. They just cut out all that BS.
Bro. I don't understand.
Yeah, and then you can use a decentralized exchange, a multi-chain decentralized exchange, and a VPN, and just make a bunch of tax-free trades.
Man,
yeah,
this is ridiculous, man.
So you're still holding to let me see if I can pull up that clip, because I'm pretty sure I got it somewhere now. I'm hoping I have it handy. I do.
Why wouldn't BlackRock buy them out if entities like Qatar are wanting to buy so much?
I got a lot of shit going on in my ear. Hold on, I'm trying. I played something by mistake.
Qatar.
What'd you say?
Why wouldn't BlackRock buy them out if entities like Qatar are wanting to buy so much?
Qatar, the country? Qatar?
I say Qatar, but others say Qatar.
Qatar. This is the weirdest shit my computer is acting weird.
BlackRock out to want to be the leader for the future.
Oh, fuck.
But the ETF gives people the FDIC protection. KLM, I hear you on that. But
I can't go back to my home screen. This is the weirdest shit, dude.
If that is the case, you still don't need an ETF. You can do that directly. Let's just say you go to Coinbase. If you want to have things custody, you have entities like Coinbase and others that would gladly hold your Bitcoin for you, and then you can remove them to your own wallet whenever you want. This mechanism or setup here, guys, gives you even less options, less power, because if I go buy a Bitcoin ETF from one of these guys here, I can't withdraw that Bitcoin and put on my wallet at some point in the future if I wanted to. It's that additional layer to help keep the money with Wall Street.
Right.
It's almost like the 401k system.
You're not
Rice.
You're not going to be able to take possession and ownership of the Bitcoin. You can't go buy an ETF and then just go to BlackRock and be like, "Wait, here's my piece of paper. Give me my Bitcoin."
Exactly.
It's not going to work like that. They're going to keep the Bitcoin. There's nobody
They're
else.
They're going to keep the Bitcoin.
Right.
They're going to have
Bitcoin.
penalties.
They're just going to give you a casino chip that says this is your representation of ownership of their Bitcoin.
Yeah. So, KLM, I'm not saying that you're for them or with them. I'm just giving you the reason why this is even worse than, hey, just go to Coinbase and buy your Bitcoin there and have them custody it for you.
They'll probably sell the Bitcoin ETF there. It wouldn't surprise me if they remove Bitcoin itself and only sell the Bitcoin Spot ETF. If you get a second, pull up what I pulled up, and then we'll see if you're still sticking to it.
So what you have here,
you're saying
Rice,
you think that the ETF.
Yeah. What would you say?
All right. So let me get us out the way. Go ahead.
So you're saying you think that the ETF that on January, if you want to pull back up that graphic, that on January 10th, where we see the final deadline for ARK Invest, you think the Crypto Diamond's prediction is that ARK is going to be denied. They will reapply, and everyone will get approved on or before the 15th of March, which is the deadline for iShares Bitcoin Trust.
Man, it's the deadline.
Did I get it right?
Couldn't say it any better.
Okay.
iShares, Bitwise,
there you have it, friends.
Van Eck, Wisdom Tree, Investco, Wise Origins. Doesn't it make sense to just
everybody from Valkyrie up the list? If you go back on it, Valkyrie up, I think.
Yep.
The other ones that are later in the game, they'll get accepted, but they won't be in the first.
So the Valkyrie up, that was the end of the clip. Valkyrie up, their third deadline is the 14th and 15th of January. And then their final deadline is March 15th and 16th.
Now, I've got some information. We're going to look at a tweet, like I said.
Shout out to Air to the Ron saying that BSV is being removed from Coinbase. I think tomorrow is the last day, and you also got to take in consideration that Coinbase is part of COPA, and COPA is suing Craig Wright. So it would be really, really hypocritical of Coinbase suing Craig Wright to have BSV listed. So they're just
shout out to IM for IM. Thanks for tuning in, my friend.
We appreciate you.
Joining late, but hey,
we are for we are.
We are. Dr. Dueg says Harvard Endowment, for example, cannot hold Bitcoin itself. It must buy through an ETF or some other vehicle. Understood. And again, that's all set up.
Your
the rules are
the
rules are set up
IRAs.
to benefit Wall Street. I understand and agree with you there.
Benefit Wall Street and to undermine what Satoshi Nakamoto, the person group, created.
Bitcoin is such an innovation asset class. You need a middleman to handle it like other traditional assets. Yo, it's really like it really is retarded. Like I know people don't like using that R word anymore.
No, you can't. Actually, you're just canceled, man. If somebody's going to cancel you, they might cancel me because of it, man. This is going to be the first time that I'm going to get some blowback from doing something with you instead of you getting blowback from doing it with me.
Well, nigga, fuck them.
If
I can't say, wait, I can't say the R word, but I can say the N word.
Yeah, but I can't say the N word.
Oh! All right, so look.
In public.
He says, Griff says, so they take your money, buy Bitcoin, and then when you cash out, it's in dollars. That means ETF is a machine to take all the Bitcoin with your money.
That is exactly what
There you
happens
go.
when you go into a casino.
There you go.
That is exactly what happens when you go into a casino. Is you give them real money, they give you fake money. And then you go play with the fake money, and either you lose it all or you go cash it back in to get real money. That's how an exchange works. Especially centralized exchanges.
Yeah.
They're just casinos too.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Craig Wright, we coming for
Craig
you.
Wright, we coming for you. All right, people that want the BTC in their retirement account and don't want to deal with self-custody.
Yeah, they're
Again,
lazy. That's fine.
No, it's not. I understand that.
Well,
but
they're
again,
used. But see, people should be starting to lose faith in these third-party institutions. And when we see more banks collapse and us getting down to the few, maybe people will start realizing that this whole entire TradFi Wall Street system is designed, just like Clint Westwood calls it, a vampire casino. It's designed to suck the fucking money out of everything else, the currency out of everything else, and into its hands, to get rid of the middle class and get it down to those who have and those who have not. And those who have not are going to be obedient slaves because of digital ID, CBDC, social credit, and everybody narking on each other. We already see it because it's like the whole idea of snitches get stitches is like honored now. You're honored to be a snitch.
you get Netflix deals.
Yeah, you get Netflix specials.
Around the clock. Golly, what do we live in? Michael Swan, Crypto Blood for real. Any meetups in Detroit? No.
Let's do some.
No.
We're going to be doing a live show around Bitcoin 2024 and I guess Litecoin. So Blood hasn't even been told this, but it's an idea that me and Blood have discussed. But I've got somebody working out details of acquiring a facility. And we're going to put together a motherfucking party, and it's going to include us doing a live stream podcast. Which
You
we
telling
may
me
end up.
Wall Street is a casino? I'm shocked.
I mean, the world's a casino. I mean, like everything's a derivative of the dollar.
Yes, we are now 47 in some change on Bitcoin, guys. Let me pull that up on the.
Where is the peak so far? Or where is the year? Even in the past, even in 23, what's the yearly high?
No, this
Is this it?
It should be it.
Did we hit 48? Did we hit 47? Have we hit higher and just retraced down a little bit?
No, I don't.
We're sitting right above 47. 47.
Yeah, we're 47.
180.
No, I don't see
47,
anything.
2.
I don't see anything else. No, this is all time high.
Coin market cap, fear and greed index is at 67.
Okay.
That seems kind
So-
of low.
So we have what the hell? That's weird. Oh,
That's a bunch of lines.
yeah, it's a lot of.
There's a lot of
playing
lines. I
laser,
was like,
playing laser tag here. Ladies
what do we
and
got
gents.
going on here?
All right, so here we go. Here
This
we
is what
are.
your wall looks like in the background when people don't really see.
SEC cared about investors. They teach us how to
69
self-custody.
420. Ah, you're so funny, Marty. Sorry, I had to just. It sounds like an Elon Musk number.
Shit, we live in a simulation.
We do.
No, like
that's really
seriously.
true. I wonder if that's really
69.42.
true. I wonder if that's true.
Maddie, you got to be kidding me, bro. I didn't know that if that's the case. Go check for us. Easily Bitcoin 48K today. Yeah, possibly, for sure. Now, no joke, he said that's the number. Yeah, we live in a simulation, guys. I've been convinced.
It might be an exchange, like different.
Yeah, it's
from
probably one of
exchanges.
the exchanges, but come on, man.
Let's see here.
I really think 69.40. Man, this makes no sense.
This
makes
reading
no
off
sense.
Very well.
What a number. What a number. So I want to just point out, like I said, we are really rallying today, and Bloodalytics is long. We're enjoying this rally, so don't get it twisted. I'm out. I got out in that yellow zone there.
What was your price on Bitcoin?
Price, well, it wasn't just Bitcoin. So I sold like all my, altcoins, or 70%.
You sold
of
everything?
them. No, 70% of them. I went.
So you had
30%
30% remaining holding.
Yeah.
You feel that strongly?
Yeah.
Now, do you wish you would have
But-
waited a day or two?
No.
you
You
good
never
with your-
time
are
the
you good?
top, bro.
I know. I'm just saying.
It's the carrot.
I didn't know if you
know.
had
You
any
just,
regrets.
yeah, no, I don't regret it all, because I'm still in. I sold it all in the green.
Have you seen those tattoos?
My issue,
saying no regrets.
no.
Instead of like
my issue is, listen though, this is what I said on the show earlier, guys. I said the markets like to do this type of shit because they know, like me as a trader, I want to get back in above this trend line, this blue trend line, right? What I'm thinking the market is going to do, and it's going to piss me off, is that it's going to run up into that area and mind fuck me and say, go ahead, get back in by Wednesday, and then they deny it, and it goes down 40%, 30%, something like that.
We're
Possibly
gonna get a denial, man.
Okay.
At this point, the way that it seems,
okay, I don't think we're getting a denial, but you still don't think we'll get a delay.
No, I
know we're getting it.
I think we're going to see Valkyrie up get past, and then I still think that we can get into the Arthur Hayes stuff, which I don't think 100% points towards a decline based on the ETF. It's talking about a decline on the reverse repo purchase program, repurchase program,
and the bank BTFD.
Now, one thing, I don't know if you ever watch a channel called Heresy Financial. Joe Brown, he's the host of it. Great channel, man. This guy does some really good education, like explaining to people how a lot of this stuff works. And he's been like really kind of digging into the whole repo market repurchase program and talking several months ago about how its funds are being depleted, like, and extremely. I don't know if when I was telling you about how the U.S. debt clock works, I think when we were looking at it, it was like 43 trillion, 5 billion or something like that, but now it's gone up since then. It's at 18 billion. So it's went up at least 13 to 10 billion since we talked about this a week ago.
Yeah, wow.
That's how fast this moves. And it says 18 now, and in another day or two it's going to be like 25 billion. We're going to see 35 trillion pretty soon. It's like it's getting faster and faster and faster to get to these next trillies.
Yeah, so what we're going to bring up about
Gucci
regarding Arthur Hayes is not on the Bitcoin ETF. You'll see what he's saying, and I totally agree with him there. I still think there's going to be a washout, and now seeing what he's saying, this makes perfectly good sense, and the timing is even better.
We know that the institutions are not going to be scooping up Bitcoin at the price where it's hitting yearly highs, even for 23 highs. It's just that if they the markets like that, TradFi, they buy. The saying is, when there's blood on the streets, even if it's your own blood, and green candles
blood on the streets, it must be crypto blood. Round of applause.
Crypto blood on the streets.
So this is man, the great Mark Yusko. You've had him on. I had him on.
Lives here in North Carolina. Shout out North Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina.
Raise your shirt off.
Kakalaka. Yep. And I just lost it.
Mr. Cliff High.
Great.
You going back to Yusko?
Okay.
I would just pull up Yusko directly.
Yeah, I guess I could. So here it is, though. I got it. So this is what Yusko said. I was wrong. No king will be crowned today for Bitcoin ETF. Really thought they would give BlackRock a head start today. Announcement will, he said, this is with like full on confidence. Announcement will be made Wednesday and trading starts Thursday. I was actually wrong twice. They actually are going to approve them all. There you go.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to approve. I don't think they're going to approve them all. Let's go back to the fee schedule real quick, and let's.
You're saying you think that
no, the fee schedule was the fee schedule.
That's the only one you got sharing, so we'll let you back.
No, I know the thing that you had from the Reuters article.
Oh, okay. So if we go back there, that will show us the fee schedule. Okay, yeah, I see it. All right, there you go.
So we've got Invesco, Franklin, Templeton, and let me see something real quick.
So
okay, Franklin, Hashdex. Okay, so tell me, we saw Franklin and Hashdex. Is Global X on there?
I do not see Global X.
Okay, but you see Valkyrie, you see Wise, you see Invesco, Wisdom Tree, Danek, Bitwise, iShares. So Hashdex and Franklin are down for approval. Their final deadline is May 30th. If we're talking about like there being waves, then I think that it's going to be Valkyrie.
I don't think they can do a wave. Waves would be would be a disadvantage, don't you think?
Yeah, but it just they applied so much later.
Okay.
So I got the information. So, yeah. So if you look at the bottom three, they applied later than everybody else, so they didn't get on board. So I mean, it's like, why would you incentivize people that took that much time? That's why I think Valkyrie up to Grayscale will get passed, and then we'll see an acquisition of Grayscale.
Gotcha.
But I still think we're going to see downward action because I didn't download them. I don't know if you download those two gold ETF charts. If you have them handy, if you don't, I did
not download those.
Yeah, let me see.
My Crypto Space says, when will trading start if they get approved on Wednesday? Well, Yusko says Thursday. So he's saying Thursday of this week, guys, you will see Wall Street complete its mission to take over Bitcoin.
But in order to sell it, they have to have Bitcoin.
Right.
You can't sell it without unless buying it is how they're purchasing the Bitcoin. But I would think they have to have the they would have to have the asset in advance.
The asset, I would think. We're not experts on that side.
No. And I'm glad I'm not an expert. I thought about that many times. I'm glad that I'm not an expert in understanding how the TradFi system works.
I saw a tweet. I thought I bookmarked it because I thought I was so pissed at seeing it. Some guy on Twitter was like, "See, this is how free markets work. Look at them battle," and talking about the fee structure. I guess he's a TradFi guy. He was like so excited to see like all these different fees, and he's saying this is how free markets work. And I'm just thinking, free markets? This is not free markets. These aren't free markets right here. This is all cabal run and controlled assets. This is not free markets. I cannot remember who it was, and I did not bookmark it. I thought I did, but it pissed me off big time. He was just like, "Oh, this is free markets, guys. See, this is how free markets look." And I'm just like,
can you pull up my screen share real quick?
Yeah, so we've got
I try to enlarge it. It's hard for me to do that. This is what it does.
Oh.
So, I mean, you could see the gold ETF was introduced March 28th, 2003. And if you look at it from this chart, you see 478% up to about a peak of sometime 2012. The next image gives you more of an actual perspective of it, because November 4th, 2024, GLD launched. So I'm not sure why there's a discrepancy in those dates, but you can see right here, as soon as this green candle with these perforated lines, you hit a red candle next, and you see downward action. And then you see here for quite some time, it
those
literally
are months,
is just,
by the way.
Right, just running sideways. Just running sideways.
Yeah,
for about 9-10 months, which will put us towards the end of the year.
Which brings me to my point, is that I think we might see a little bit more pop, 5 to 10% more pop on an approval. Then we'll get the sell off. Okay.
Griff,
and then
it doesn't matter about the settlement, Griff. It doesn't matter about the cash in, the in-kind stuff. A spot ETF versus a futures ETF, the spot has to hold the underlying asset regardless of the distribution or the settlement.
Yeah.
At least that's the way I understand it. And again, I'm not a fucking expert when it comes to the legacy TradFi system, and I don't plan on ever being such.
Maddie maybe can chime in if he's still watching. He understands that a lot better.
But the settlement in cash is not a good thing. I mean, because I thought that
it's for
it would
tax
mean
purposes, though.
But I still would have.
Wait for them to collect tax.
I still would have thought it would be a way to acquire the Bitcoin. Like from what I understand with the gold and silver trading, is that you can take the paper and go and convert it for the actual underlying asset. Yeah. Which is why people think that CME and other institutions would have a problem if X amount of the market wanted to do that at the same time, because they're fractionalizing it. Monteith is like, I'm an expert. What's the question? What's the question?
We're asking about in-kind and cash settlements.
The in-kind cash settlements. So is the cash settlement good for the Bitcoin Spot ETF, and can anyone who holds a Bitcoin Spot ETF actually convert that for the Bitcoin itself?
And
that's what I would be curious
the answer
about.
is no for that. But it wasn't even on the customers' end that this was being up for debate between the SEC and these ETF creators. It was more so a settlement issue, and so the SEC wanted it to settle in cash so that it triggers a taxable event.
And that's part of why they wanted to meet with all these institutions and have them reapply with those specific instructions, which is again why I feel like it will get passed through before the 10th. And I feel like at this point they're going to wait to the last minute.
Mt. Gox, yeah, those funds are slowly being dripped out through PayPal. Round of applause. Oh man,
PayPal, can you can send and receive crypto on PayPal now?
No, they're paying them out in cash via PayPal.
Oh, is that how they're doing it?
Mm-hmm.
So who's getting the Bitcoin? Who gets the Bitcoin? Do they not get a choice? Like, I want the Bitcoin instead of cash. They get settled. They got to get settled in cash.
And I don't know what the settled price is either. I have no clue.
You didn't have a settlement deal. You didn't have. I thought you had Mount Coins on Mt. Gox.
No, I had been off.
Okay.
No, I had been off. I still got all of the communications because I was a customer. I was still on that list, so they were telling me.
So Matis is saying it depends on how it's structured. I don't know what AFAIK is. What does that mean? Do you know?
I don't know what that. I've seen that before. I never knew what that was.
So let us know what AFAIK. I'm 48 years old. I'll be 49 here in like 3 months, man. I want to be geriatric. I'm starting.
Maddie,
I don't think he's as old as I am.
I
think he's 40s. Probably like maybe early 40s, late 30s, early 40s. But he also says that most ETFs do not offer settlement in the underlying asset. Most.
Yeah.
And then he says Larry Fink.
So I want to take a look at what Arthur Hayes mentioned here because I thought this was interesting.
Oh, we are the same age. Okay, fuck. Well, we both look good for our age. Blood's like double our age because you know how black people are. He's one generation away from being a slave.
I'm 120, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm 69.
69 420.
I'm 69. I was born on April 20th.
This has been a very fun live stream. I hope everybody's been entertained today.
Yeah,
are we entertaining you?
Yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this. We got Mt. Gox. John Hill said Mt. Gox didn't even give a PayPal option. Yes, I got on my Gox. I don't know what.
Yes, I got on my Gox. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But I guess
he's
Japan, saying he didn't get paid out on.
They were paying out in PayPal for some odd reason. I'm not sure.
Wonder how many if there's more of U.S. users, how many like by geographic location, what country may have been the most affected? Because it seems like the Asian exchanges might have had like more fortitude and forward thinking when it comes to cryptocurrency.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like you can pretty much buy things in Japan with crypto now. I understand.
Yeah, for sure. So Arthur Hayes sees a 30% crash amid vicious washout, and it is not because of the approval or denial per se. It's more so about, like you said earlier, Rice, regarding some of the TradFi plumbing.
Well, the funny thing is, like right there at the very first paragraph, he says that the approval of a spot ETF will probably take the markets in a higher direction, but he's still calling for a 20 to 30% plunge in the next few months, meaning March is the timeline that he's saying.
Which would line up perfectly if it happens before.
Because, dude, I've been talking to you like on and off over for the past year about global liquidity.
Yes.
And now we're coming to a headwind with it, and And now, just like you're saying, it could trigger a liquidity rug pull because we're going to run into a situation because there's not going to be as much free money given out by the central banks. Fed in this particular instance. So, I mean, they were doing reverse repo stuff at the end of 2019.
Yes.
Before we had that.
And shit was about to hit the fan.
Before we had that very accidental natural occurrence that took place that made everybody sick. I say that all the time.
I say that
very
all the time,
natural.
Bro.
No, it was definitely because, I mean, all signs, and we also had an inversion of the yield curve prior to that. So all signs were pointing to
a big
bad recession, which we put off, which is why I say we're not going to have a soft landing, and it's going to be really fucking bad when it hits.
Like 2008 style issues in 2019. That's where a lot of people weren't follow this stuff.
It's actually kind of worse because 2020, because of what happened in the 2008 global financial crash was they just put a Band-Aid on the entire situation, and the stuff that was dead they just put on life support.
Yep.
And just tried to continue. So that's where I'm saying, like, with our national debt, we'll see 35 trillion in no time because this is just exponentially getting faster and faster because we're at the end of this fiat cycle, which is why they're trying to get these central bank digital currencies or digital dollars, digital fiat, whatever it is. And that's why we've talked about the stuff that Whitney Webb's been saying. You've got to watch our end of the year's live stream if you have not seen that.
Yeah, if you missed the end of the year live stream, is this it? No,
that was the last one we did about
last one we did.
Our good old friend
Dick Love.
I heart Dick.
Round of applause to Dick Love. Thank you for unfollowing one of our good supporters. I don't know why you unfollowed him after he tweeted the video.
I don't know, I feel like he was watching our live stream or something.
Stop being a bitch, my nigga. For real, bro.
I didn't think we were. I've been honest about how I feel about that situation, and I've never put down Richard. So,
me either.
Like I said in that.
I mean, I clowned him for looking like a rich white trash person.
It wasn't. It wasn't after our live stream. It wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't. Okay, so sorry. Sorry, Dick. Sorry, Dick.
He said.
Sorry, Dick. Going in on you there, buddy. Sorry about that.
He said maybe a year now.
Okay, that's why Lynette Zhang says too. That's what.
Which again, Todd. See, I tried to
interview her a couple of months ago.
Yeah, and I try to surround myself with intelligent people so that I can learn from them. And
that's right.
And Lynette is 100% one of them. When I talked about Joe Brown and Heresy Financial breaking things down, Lynette does it even in a simpler way. But she's not covering everything that Joseph is covering 100% either. I
gotta check him out.
Liquidity. She's been talking about what is the word? Basel III.
Basel III. Basel
because
Accord.
That's a big deal. And there's something else.
Basel is basically the rules that the BIS sets for the banks, like these different restrictions and parameters and requirements.
And then there's something to do with LIBOR
rate,
which LIBOR rates had to be changed or converted, something to the effect. Reverse repo, man, it's literally where the banks weren't.
He sums it up right here. Good, right here.
Short-term loans where the seller purchased securities with the agreement to buy them back at a higher price. With a small, but it's a smaller, higher price. So what used to happen in the past is banks would lend to one another. So as a bank would close for the business day, they could lend out funds to other banks, get that return by the beginning of their business day. But banks stopped doing that because they stopped trusting each other because they knew what each other was up to.
Right.
So the Federal Reserve in this particular instance had to step in and start lending money out. It's crazy.
And so what's going on now, guys, is that this is crazy. So the reverse repo program is basically running out of cash, right?
So this is where qualified banks keep it there. Where qualified banks and investment firms may park cash and earn interest on it, served as a tailwind for risky assets through the year, injecting capital in the markets as participants took out cash from the facility and invested. The RP balance is quickly declining, dropping to $700 billion from a record high of $2.5 trillion at the end of 2022. And Hayes is projecting that it reaches a historical average of $200 billion by around March.
But what happens after that is what he's saying. The trajectory is heading past 200, further lower than 200
Right.
billion. As
and when it gets to zero, it's
historical
going to
average.
dry up the liquidity. And without any new sources of dollar liquidity, for bonds and stocks, and I believe crypto will also get the stick, because you're not going to have the liquidity. That's the reason why these trades are actually able to happen, is because there's some way on the other end for you to get what it is you're trying to receive, whether it's US dollars. That is a liquidity. And when there is no more liquidity, then you can't sell your assets and trade for stuff. So it's kind of putting everything it's like pausing everything.
Right.
I
From
don't
my
even,
understanding,
but
Mr. Sakila, I thought so too. I thought LIBOR, they don't use LIBOR rate anymore. They use something else now, because LIBOR
right. Well, then that
everything's a scam, bro. Like, it literally came out that LIBOR was fixed.
Dude, this whole fucking system is a scam.
And JP Morgan was fixing the LIBOR rate and manipulating everything. It's just like, how can we win?
System is all based on, like, okay, we're going to create $10 and we're going to lend you $10, but you got to pay us back 11.
Yeah.
How does that work? Where does that $11 come from if there's only $10 in existence?
Yeah. So the second thing, Rice, that he talks about is that's another reason why he sees a crash. And I'm assuming he's thinking a crash for everything, not just crypto, stocks as well, and bonds probably. But the second reason is the Fed facility.
Yeah, because this will end up being a global liquidity crisis, which is
correct.
That's where, when we talk about liquidity crisis, we should add on global, because that's what it's going to be called. It's a global liquidity crisis.
And Arthur Hayes, guys, did a nice long.
They just switched to SOFR, from LIBOR to SOFR, and that was something they had to transfer to. I think that got delayed or pushed back a few months or a year or something, but I wasn't sure. So they did convert from LIBOR to SOFR.
Yep. So the Arthur Hayes, Rice, wrote a great article about, he did a lot of research and found out that the Bitcoin price is highly correlated to global liquidity. Like, the correlation is near 1. Okay, so as global liquidity goes up, Bitcoin's price goes up. And so it makes sense. All this makes sense. If we see a liquidity crunch, we're going to see Bitcoin, other assets all crash very, very quickly. He thinks it's happening this year. It looks like before the halving, which again lines up with a lot of stuff, right? So he's saying that the bank term funding program, which they created last year, back in March, because of all the banking crisis and stuff that happened, basically was set up to help these banks, and it is expiring March 12th. Okay, and he's saying this has the potential to create turbulence in the banking system. The BTFP provided banks with funding to fulfill deposit withdrawals by lending them money at the notional value of their U.S. government bond holdings at much better conditions than selling bonds on the open market at a loss due to Fed's aggressive rate hikes.
Remember when I was giving you that analogy of a rocket and a windshield?
No.
When a rocket's a windshield, at first, you get this like chip.
Oh, yeah, I remember that now.
And then it starts to spider out. And the longer you go without fixing it, the worse it gets. Pull that article back up.
Yep. Let's see here.
I want to share something, because when it says here, let me go back. Hayes expects the facility won't be extended during the U.S. presidential election year, which could bankrupt some banks who sit on massive unrealized losses of their bond holdings. So this is where the cracks are going to get a lot worse. This is where that spider web effect is going to take full effect. And this is like where we're at the point where if another rock hits the windshield, it's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, so this BTFP program was really bridging and keeping a lot of banks that were on life support alive, because they didn't have to sell their bonds in the market a lot
of these banks are underwater, but they're able to continue running business because of this reverse repo program. It's I hate saying those words together, but the RRP or whatever it's called.
Alistair McLeod, I follow his work when I see it. He's saying that the repo, when it runs dry, wouldn't matter. He thinks that I have to check out his.
Then probably what would end up have to happen and I'm not an expert in this, but I think that if that was the case, then they're going to have to turn all the central banks are going to have to turn the money printers back on and put more cash back into the system
and
to
they
add
will,
liquidity.
and that's when Bitcoin will run like none other again.
But that'll go again, like what not to keep bringing up Whitney Webb, but like she said, when we have $1 million Bitcoin or a $500,000 Bitcoin, $500,000 and $1 million are not going to be the same thing as what we have, like what we even think it is today.
Right.
You know, what about those Zimbabwe billionaires, trillionaires? Can they might be able to buy a loaf of bread?
Yeah.
$10 trillion.
Same with Argentina. You know, same with
and there
a lot of South
Milei guy.
American.
I think that Milei guy. I don't know. Trying to dollarize everything and get everything to the dollar. I don't think is necessarily a positive thing for Argentina.
So did
like
you see
a wolf in sheep's clothing?
Did you see this tweet that went out? That I think it actually wasn't this one. It was the Matrixport one that dropped Bitcoin 10%. When they said, and actually it mentions it in this CoinDesk article at the bottom. The
Matrixport. Yeah, I shared you that tweet. But Matrixport put out a report that was basically saying, and it came out the morning after I released that video of your prediction, saying something very similar. And my video got no views. No views,
man. Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like they came out with theirs, and I didn't even realize how much weight they had in the market, like in the financial world. They a lot of hedge funds and stuff subscribe to their research.
Right. I mean, yeah.
So this isn't a run by the
it's just
night,
not just some jackass who said this is happening.
Right.
It's not crypto blood saying.
No, it's not.
It's not Rice Crypto saying. This is like, people take this stuff seriously.
Yeah. So what I wanted to show though, guys, before we get to Gary Gensler's comments earlier, which is to me, Rice, the catalyst behind today's run. This was another one. It seemed rushed. The crypto Twitter shredded this bad boy. They went in on it, but Better Markets put out some supplemental comments to the SEC why they should reject the pending request for Bitcoin ETFs. I think they meant. It had the incorrect year in 2023. They amended that and made it 2024, but they forgot to change. They said Bitcoin came out in 2001 in this report. So they got all types of typos. It seems like they rushed it out. But I've never heard of Better Markets. It's some committee or something. But they put this letter out to the SEC. And,
good old George S is probably of the Oros he's probably funding them. That's why they're there.
You think so?
George S of the Oroses.
You think George Soros is not for Bitcoin ETFs? I think he would be at this point.
I mean, I don't know, but it just seems like he funds all this like counter narrative stuff.
So one person said, Better Markets, this is just embarrassing now. You have fixed the date, but your new version of the letter still refers to Bitcoin being created in 2002.
I had some Bitcoin in 2002. I wish I didn't sell them.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
So that came out, but then you have this. This happened, about 5 hours ago, Rice?
Yeah, but prior to that, there was the tweet that came from the SEC. What was that? I sent you the tweet on that as well. I can pull it up. Let me try to find it. But it's like the SEC investment education. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, they put out a thread, too. They sure did.
Yeah, that came out first. So it was the SEC and it was the SEC investor ed. Let me pull. I got mine. I can pull it up real quick.
Share your screen so we can see that.
I'm pulling it up right now. So just bear with me a second.
While he does that, guys, take this opportunity to smack that thumbs up. Let's get 100 likes for each of our videos. Those watching on Rice TVX, hit that thumbs up, and those
greatly appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Hit the thumbs up. A major Chinese bank went bankrupt.
Doesn't surprise me.
When did this happen?
I mean, there's some kind of like social unrest going on in Germany. I haven't really been able to catch up with what's going on there. Just so much shit happening. And I don't know. I sent you a clip of it, man. But that Cat Williams interview that he did was fucking insane.
Oh my!
Did you watch the whole thing?
I watched the whole
over 2 hours
over the weekend. I watched. The whole thing.
My, that was very interesting.
My girl wanted to turn it off numerous times.
I don't know if it's like like trying to distract, because there's also that list that's been in clientele and stuff that's been coming out in regards to Jeffrey.
Yep.
I don't know if it was something to kind of like add distraction to that or not.
That seemed
but it seemed really truthful. That seemed
that seemed honest.
Cat seems real.
He seems real. Doesn't mean just because he's real doesn't mean he's not delusional though.
Okay.
Too, right?
Yeah, but some of the stuff he said, man, about like Ludacris apparently just like came out with a little rap for like the first time in 20 years.
I didn't see it. Yeah, but I heard.
He doesn't mention them by name, but just talks about comics, and that he's not.
And then I put a tweet out earlier before going live. I said, "Did you guys low key?"
What about your boy P Diddy?
Snoop. Oh, that's already known.
But Snoop, to me, that's just
Snoop is from Cat Williams' perspective. Snoop is a 51 smoker. Round of applause to all you 51 smokers out there.
You guys are smoking the man saliva.
No. He said he sprinkles a little extra in his weed.
Oh yeah, he says some people do that, but he keeps it clean. And he also Cat prefers women because he would rather inhale like female saliva than male saliva.
See, stuff like that, bro. Like
I don't know, but
how do I take you seriously though?
I started thinking about it though. Like if you're passing like something around, puff puff give, and everybody's guys and they're hitting it, you're just like, oh, you might as well all be kissing each other.
Now I'm with him on the keeping. I like a lot of female energy around as well. I would love to have like 4 or 5 women just roll with me everywhere.
He just crushed a lot of people. I just found it to be very entertaining. Had to kind of give a little shout out to it. So this was from the SEC first. So this came out. Right. When does it say? Let me pull back up. January 2nd, 2024. So for the next 10 days, we're sharing a SEC investing resolution a day so you can kick the year off with informed investment decisions. Resolution 1, visit investor.gov for free financial planning tools and resources to help you to create the plan to meet your financial goals. So basically being said, they've kind of preceded Gary with the FOMO warnings.
So how do you take that? Because when I saw this, I did think like, maybe he is kind of conceding.
Fraudsters often use social media to scam investors. Be skeptical when using information on social media to make investment decisions, especially YouTube. It takes ad money from straight up scammers making AI content that's pretending to be somebody saying, hey, send me 1 Bitcoin and I'll send you 2. One of the things that they put out from January 7th, which is yesterday, which is resolution number 6, sign up to receive investor alerts and bulletin delivered right to your inbox. This just sounds like fishing for getting people to sign up on their mailing list. Yeah, everything is like, go visit this. Now, day 5, say, no go to FOMO. Can you say that, dude? Say, no go to FOMO.
No go.
Say it. Come on.
No go to FOMO.
No go to FOMO. And they had to put fear of missing out so people understood, like, what the hell is this FOMO? Just because others say you might buy a particular investment doesn't mean it's the right opportunity for you. Okay, poor people? These Bitcoin ETFs are only for the wealthy.
Yep.
We don't want you poor people. You're not allowed to own it. You're off-white trash.
Off-white trash. That's a new round of applause for that one.
That came from Bozak.
That's hilarious. So what do you think about this? What do you think about this thread that Gensler put out? It kind of seems like maybe
it's coming.
It's like, yeah, it's going to come out. So I'm just going to warn you.
Yeah, because I think he's trying to cover his ass too. Maybe he listened to what Richard Hart said in that video with legal stuff. He's trying to cover his ass. He doesn't want to have he doesn't want to be held liable for moving markets. So he's trying to do the proper thing and tell it. He's doing what we do when we say this is not financial advice. Isn't it? Isn't that what we do?
No.
Well, I'm not a financial advisor, but yeah, I mean, we're just trying to absolve ourselves. We're not even sure if that works. I'm not even sure if it works.
No, I don't know if it works either.
I'm pretty sure Ian Bellina said it's not financial advice.
Right.
Pretty sure Ben Armstrong's going to be saying that too.
Yeah. I unfortunately, I think Ben's going to run into some. He's going to run into some issues this year on that Bitcoin tip. From what I'm hearing, father of 3. I wonder what his kids think about him.
I need to find this picture. I don't know. I'd be embarrassed, man.
Let me know in the comments.
Most kids don't like their parents.
Let me know in the comments, though, guys. What do you think about this thread that Gensler put out that coincides with the rally that we saw earlier today in Bitcoin? Do you think? What do you think he's is he telegraphing anything here? Let me know if he's telegraphing something, or is this just another pump fake for all of us? I don't know.
I hate these paywall ads on a newspaper.
51 smoker question mark? Come on, man. John Hill, I thought you were black. You voted for Joe Biden, right? You must be black. Round of applause for Joe Biden. And all
you're voting for Joe Biden, aren't you?
Never. I'm a Trump.
I heard you were out campaigning for him in fucking Detroit.
Where's my Trump hat, man? Never, bro.
I've been Trump.
I've been a Trump supporter when it wasn't cool, bro.
You're lying, man.
As a black person, I've been a Trump supporter when it was not cool, my friend.
You are lying.
Look at this, though. So we have, I wanted to bring up something else really quick. Do you have something to share? Did you want to share something?
I'm trying to find this beautiful thing if I can find it. You just got to give me a minute. I'm looking.
So we're currently trading at 46, just shy of $47,000 Bitcoin, guys. I'm hoping that the markets don't front run us up into this zone where I need to buy. This is the area where I said I would have to get back into the markets. I don't want them to front run us and get us in here, have me buying, and then they deny it by Wednesday.
Okay, so
John Hill said, I lost my black card when I didn't vote for Biden. Round of applause. I must have lost it too. 51s are is weed and coke.
Pull this up.
All right, here we go.
Read it.
I can't see that.
Breaking. Gary Gensler has a twin brother. His name is Rob. Both the pictures below are of Rob. You guys, we have to get him on to join Friend Tech. This is Gary Gensler's. This is Gary Gensler's twin brother, Rob Gensler.
No, you're lying.
Yeah. I forgot who it was that I saw this earlier, but they said it was giving, it might have been, I don't know. I don't think it was on Valuetainment, but somebody was saying it was giving him Tristan Tate vibes. If you want to pull it back up. Pull it back up.
We coming for you, nigga.
Said it was giving him Tristan Tate vibes. That is Gary Gensler's twin brother, Rob. We need to get Rob on the show.
Wow.
Rob could be our third.
Wow. A real life doppelganger.
And he really does have a twin, though. Like, that's really his twin. Like, if you go to his Wikipedia, Gary Gensler's Wikipedia, he has a twin. Like, it's legit.
Yeah, twins are
he studied at the University of Pennsylvania, whereas Gary went to the Wharton School of...
We got somebody's a black person in here. 5150 blunts. We call them Doochies. Never heard of that one. All right. Where are you from?
Back in the day, we call something like that snow-capped, maybe snow tipped or something. But like, especially if it was a bowl, and you take your cannabis and on top of it, or if you watch the 2019 South Park Christmas episode, we could call it Christmas snow. Shout out to integrity.
White on the green. I understand. Here's the thing, man.
White on the green.
Grant Cardone, that creeped me out too. I just found out he has a twin. last year.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Very weird
Interesting.
stuff. Very weird. Savannah. Shout out to Savannah, man.
Well, speaking of,
I like Savannah. I went out to Savannah last year for the first time.
Jeffrey has a brother, but it's not a twin. I don't know if you saw that interview that Tucker did with him.
Who?
Jeffrey.
Oh, he's a twin?
No, he has a brother though.
Oh yeah, I watched the whole Jeffrey Epstein brother interview.
Where you wouldn't show his face.
Didn't show his face though, but yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
Very interesting. What do you think about that?
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Change your mind, give you more.
Oh no, I just think that I think I said this. I think we said this before, maybe on that year-end episode. But the United States government, in particular, and all governments around the world, are just organized like cartels that are illegal because they create the laws.
Correct.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to the Muslims who don't want to deal with the Muslim countries, I should say, that don't want to be a part of the TradFi banking system, because the entire thing is based on debt and usury, which goes against all their spiritual and religious beliefs. And all the Christians and Jews are like, hey, sign me up. How can I be part of using other people? And how can I suck life out of other people? And how can I enrich myself more and take from others?
Yeah, man. Hit that like button, ladies and gents. On that note,
got to add a little seriousness. I think we've been really entertaining this episode. I think it's been very insightful as well, though.
For sure. So we got 2.5 days left. Bitcoin's done another rally.
2.2.
Is there anything left, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, we're up 70%.
I think we're literally it's going to be to the very, very last minute. It's going to be like probably after 2-3 o'clock Wednesday, they'll make an announcement. Robert Maxwell.
I have a question for you after you get to that.
Yeah, that's Jizzy's daddy, isn't it? No. Yeah, Robert Maxwell. Isn't that Ghislaine's? Yeah, that's what I thought. Jizzy's poppy. Jizzy
question
pop.
For you. So you had above Waters Above on your show the week before we saw the rally, and he predicted that this day would be the low in Bitcoin. And good God Almighty, he was right. Still got it on the map. Still got it on the chart. Now, you've had, I didn't get a chance to watch the new interview. And he said a liquidation event, a liquidation ritual is what he said, actually.
Yeah, but I think he was already calling for it from what I understood. So I don't think he was I don't think that played out quite, because I think he was thinking that after the interview we were going to see like a decline and it picked back up. So if I understood it correctly.
So this was not the liquidation ritual we saw where Bitcoin flash crashed 10% the last week.
If I got to go back and listen to the interview, but I don't think that would be based on the timeline. Maybe or just like something like with Cliff High, the timeline wasn't exactly on point. He got the prediction right, but the date wrong. That's always potentially possible too. I mean, because these things aren't perfect science. He's using a combination of different things in conjunction with technical analysis. A lot of esoteric tools, which would include like numerology, gematria, or gematria, depending on how people want to pronounce it, and then astrology, where some people might deal with just straight up astrology. So he's taking all these different things. So the one thing I would encourage you to do is, I think every Saturday he does a live stream, maybe catch the replay of his live stream, to try to get a little bit more insight, because I haven't had as much time as I would like to be able to watch other content creators lately because of just personal stuff. But normally I have time to kind of check out what other people are doing, and I haven't had as much opportunity to do that with his stuff.
Yeah, I'm very curious to know from him the liquidation event or liquidation ritual he said we were going to have in Bitcoin soon, if that 10% was. That was a big move. That was a big move. 10% in less than an hour. It's like,
yeah, I know it's
crazy.
Funny you're saying that, but didn't we used to get this kind of moves constantly? Up and down 10%. I mean, I remember 2017, 2018. I remember those time periods, and I remember sometimes it wasn't unexpected to have 20% moves up or downside.
Yeah, but
It
that
seems
was
like
like
they're
that was
becoming
out
less
of
frequent.
out of nowhere.
Right. They're becoming less
kind of-
frequent. We don't see those kind of.
Right.
We don't usually see those kind of jumps up or down.
Correct. So
It's
I'm
been
just
kind of
interested.
steady. It's been trying to like climb the stairs steady.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've been looking at.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it, guys. We appreciate you coming in and joining us. Another great stream with Rice. Go follow him. I got a link in the description below. Make sure you hit that thumbs up as well. We need your support. Smack it like Chris Rock was talking about. Yo, baby mama.
Yeah, smack that like down there somewhere, and then find that subscribe button down there somewhere and hit it. If you're not subscribed to both of our channels, I say what the fuck?
Hey, point. No, you gotta point that upward because I need them to, if they want to join the membership area. Oh man! Make sure you guys follow Rice. Oh man, you're what's my man name from who took out his ribs allegedly to suck his own thing back in
Marilyn
the day?
Man.
Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, they said Manson. I forgot about that one, but yeah.
Yeah.
So what are we pointing up towards?
Join the. You know, you can become a member on YouTube too.
Yeah, I need to get that set up.
Where's Marilyn Manson?
He had a bunch. He's been being sued for a bunch of like shit, like in the Me Too movement kind of stuff.
Oh, straight.
Yeah, he's been in and out of court.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's been resolved or what's been the situation, but yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and he's got to go there. He's got to go there as his real name and dress kind of normal. So if you can imagine, like, it's crazy because he just looks like an old Jewish dude who's really fucking pale.
Round of applause.
He's got a big nose.
Round of applause to all the Jews that are old, that look pale.
And all the non-Jews who look old and pale too.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, another My Two Satoshis. Special guest, Rice TVX. Make sure you go follow him. Like, share, and subscribe. That's right. We out of here, people. Holla!
Holla! This my two Satoshis. This my two Satoshis. Who need 2 cents when they can get double from stacking Toshis? Yeah, this my two Satoshis.
If you haven't smashed that like button, make sure you do so.
Get the latest and greatest.
We have links for each other's channels and socials down below in our video description.
Double from stacking Toshis. Yeah, this my two Satoshis. This my two Satoshis. Tune in and get the latest.
Hit the notification bell.
Stacking Toshis. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you need to get the real news at. Stop messing with them lames out there. CBTV. And we out of here. Holla.
Fuck it.
Holla.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live. Okay.
Thank you, Marty. Thank you, family.